everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to teach you how I made this kaftan gown with pockets and button. If this is what you would like to learn, please come on and let's get into the tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and share, comment on my videos. Do not also forget to turn on your post notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a new tutorial on my page. So now what I have here is I have my Ankara here and an ashoke. The ashoke I have my Ankara of 4 yards here, and I have the ashoke I have 3 pieces here. You can see the length of each is about 68. So I'm going to measure it now. I have 34 here divided by 2, so I have 68 lengths each, and I have 3 pieces here. I ended up making use of 2 strands and little of the third one. So I have my fabric on fold here. This side is open while this other side is on fold. So I am going to measure the shoulder I'm working with, which is 8 inches, and I'm going to mark it right here. Then I'm going to make use of whatever I have left as the shoulder to the elbow measurement. So I have 15 inches left there, so I'm just going to make use of it, and I'm going to mark about ½ inch or 3/4 there as my sewing allowance. So now what I'm going to do now is that I'm just going to measure the top to nipple length of this dress. So the top to nipple is 10.5 inches, but I'm going to make use of ½ inch at the upper part to join to the back. So I'm going to measure 11 now. I hope you understand. So you can make use of 11 as your top to nipple, and I'm still going to make use of this as my armhole. So you can come down by 11, 12 or 13. It depends on how wide you want your armhole to be. I hope you understand. So I'm going to measure it that way. Then I'll measure the waistline of 17 inches. I hope you understand. 17 inches. So the hip line, I'm going to come down by 9 inches from the waistline to mark the hip line. You can see, so from the top the hips give me 26 inches plus half, which is 26.5 inches. Then I'm just going to connect it. I've connected it, and I'm going to mark the waist measurements plus 1.5 inches. You can add 2-3 inches. It depends on how wide you want your gown to be. So I'm going to mark the bust measurement there, sorry. I'm going to mark the waist measurement now plus 2.5 inches as I have done earlier. I'm going to mark the hip measurement here as well plus 2.5 inches again. So like I said earlier, you can add 2-3 inches for allowance before your sewing allowance. So I hope you get it. I'm going to mark whatever I have here at the hem line right here. So I'm just going to mark whatever I have there right here. As you can see, I'm going to mark it like that. I'm going to connect the line from the upper parts down here, just as you can see me trying to do. I'm just going to connect it like so. I'm going to connect it here as well. Connect it here as well, just like this. And I'm going to mark the straight line up until the down part. I'm doing this for the sake of the beginners that are watching. So I'm just going to connect it all the way here, just like this. Then after that, I'm going to come here and mark about ½ inch just to make the armhole a little bit not shapy around that place. So just going to make it look good on this part here. So I'm just going to come like that. I'm going to shape here. I'm not going to make it as pointy as it is. So I'm just going to use my ruler to just shape it just like this. So I'm going to come here by 1 inch to mark my shoulder slope, 1 inch. Then I'm going to mark it this way with my ruler from this point to the neck line of 3 inches, 2.5 inches, sorry. 2.5 inches neckline that I marked. So on this back, this is my back, and I've marked 2.5 inches. Please mark 2.5 inches here on the back. Mark 2.5 inches on the back. Then I'm just going to mark 1 inch for my neck, 1 inch depth for the neck. Then I'm going to just mark it just like so. 1 inch from the neck, just like so. Then I'm going to make sure that I cut out the shoulder slope and make sure that every other part is matching correctly with the back. So for the front, I think I didn't show you. My phone was not recording, I'm sorry. The midpoint of the front, I marked 2.5 inches and I cut it out. I marked 2.5 inches and I cut it out. I didn't know my phone was not recording. So that is the same thing I marked at the back. So I'm going to cut it out just like this. And I'm going to come down by waistline to mark 1/2 inch. Then I'm just going to notch it just like this. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to put up to put it up like this and stitch the shoulder line of both sides. So here I have the replacements of the midpoint that I removed. So I removed 2.5 inches from the Ankara fabric midpoint of the front, and I'm replacing it with ashoke 3 inches. Please, whatever you removed from the front, make sure you add 1/2 inch to whatever you are replacing it with, so you don't have shortage by the sides. So now I'm going to match this neckline at the back like this and notch it just like this. Then I am going to measure whatever I have here from this notch area down to the hemline. So this is going to give us the value of one side of the gown. I hope you understand. So I'm just going to continue marking it like this up all the way to the hemline, and I have 60 inches here. Then I'm going to bring back my ruler and mark. I have 3.5, so I have 63.5 inches altogether. So now I'm going to bring my ashoke now, and I'm going to measure 63.5 inches here. So I have 63.5 and I still have excess, so I can make do with that. So I have 2 of this. Now you can interface your ashoke as well like this, and if you wish you might just make use of the ashoke like that. So I'm just going to match it together this way, and this is going to be the back of my neckline, the midpoint of the back neckline. So I'm just going to stitch it 1/2 inch right here, and I'm going to bring it back. So I'm done stitching it, and you can see this is the midpoint here. Then I'm just going to turn it. I'm just going to flip it to the other side like this and get here. So I'm going to mark the neckline that I'm going to be working with. The front neckline I'm going to be working with is 13 inches. You can mark 14 or 15, depends on how deep you want your neckline to go. So I'm going to stitch this middle from this neckline from this mark all the way down the midpoints of these 2 ashoke. Just stitch in the midpoint like this and go all the way to the down part. So, and I'm going all the way down because I do not want the midpoint to be open. So if you want it to be open, you can just stitch it all up till the place that you want to be open. So I'm just going to open it this way. Just open it like this, and after opening it, just take your time. You can see the way I'm opening it, and then you are going to use your hand to press it first before using your iron to open it. Open it and make sure that the midpoint is resting on each other just like this. Then after doing that, what you're going to do next, you can see how the neckline is already coming out. So this is what I have. So next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to open the sides of each ashoke here, and I'm going to fold in by 1/2 inch all the way around. 1/2 inch. You are going to make use of your iron here, if not it will not fold in. 1/2 inch all around the ashoke here. You're going to do the same thing up here, up onto the neckline. Every edges that you have on this ashoke, you're going to fold it in, both the first here and here. You're going to fold this here as well, from the midpoint of the back of the neckline till the hemline with your iron. Please fold it with your iron. You're going to repeat the same thing on here and on this sides as well. So I am done doing that. You can see what I have here. I've folded in my 1/2 inch right here with my iron. Then after doing that, this is a neckline area, so you can see what we have here all the way down. So what I'm going to do now is to open it up this way. Just open it up this way, the same way we have opened it the other time. Open it up again. So because you have used your iron to press these sides, even by the time you are trying to open it this way, it will not stretch. It will still be unfold the same way you have left it. The only place you are going to be trying to open up is this middle. Just use your hand properly or use your iron if you're not going to touch the sides. So just open it this way. And the next thing you're going to do for me now is to pick the midpoint, the notched area, the midpoint of the back here, the midpoint of the back on the Ankara fabric. You can see the good side is actually facing me, so just place it that way. Then you're going to fold that edge like this. The part that is folded, just you're going to place the Ankara from the midpoint notched area here to the midpoint where you have joining at the back here. You're going to place it on each other, and you're going to place the Ankara in between the two folded edge ashoke. I hope you understand. You're going to place it. If you are a beginner, you can just take your pin and pin it down as you are putting it in. As you are putting the Ankara in between the ashoke, try to pin it down all the way around. You're going to do that to the edge, from this midpoint to this side to the hem, and the other side from this other midpoint to the hem line. You're going to take your time here. Here is a little bit tricky, but all you need to do is just exercise patience and take your time to do this. So you're going to stitch on it. After putting it in, then you stitch on it, and you're going to get a very good result. So you can see the way I'm pinning it down. Just pin it down all the way down, and you're going to see. So just take your time and do this. It's really not that hard. It's actually easy. All you need to do is just take your time and concentrate. So after I'm done, this is what I have. You can see how nice it's looking. I've ironed it, and this is what I have. So you should have something like this by the time you are done doing that. So like I said, you can, if you want to have an opening in between at the down part, you can just have it. So I'm going to place the sleeve here, and I'm going to measure what I have on this sleeve right here. So I have about 19 inches here. Then I'm going to get my ashoke. You can see, so I have my ashoke here. Then I've marked 20 inches. So I have 20 inches here. So please, whatever you have there, ensure that you have a little bit excess on the sides. So 3 inches wide and 20 inches length. So I have 2 for the 2 sleeves. So I'm just going to, you can see the way I have turned this now to the wrong side. You're going to turn the wrong side to face you, and place this right side on the right side of the ashoke on the wrong side of the Ankara fabric. Just stitch it here. You're going to stitch it half-inch, then turn it towards you like this, then turn it again, fold it in yet, and stop stitch on this part here all the way to the other side. So this is what I have after I am done, and I've properly ironed it. So this is what I have. This is the wrong side, and the ashoke here is the right side. So you should make the two. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side like this. So you're going to join this armhole area to this from here. You're going to join with your allowance from here. You're going to join down all the way here up onto the notched area. This is the notch area. So from the notch area now, I'm going to measure 6 inches for my pocket opening. 6 inches is enough for the pocket opening, and I'm going to start stitching from there again all the way down to the hemline, but I'm going to be having a slit here, so I'm going to show you how the measurement I made use of for the slit later. So now this is the slit here. I have measured it, so I have made the slit. I hope you know how to make it. So I have about 15 inches from the hemline upward. I measured 15 inches for the slit on the sides. So I'm just going to come here now and notch this armhole area so we can have a relaxed armhole around here. So just notch it properly so it won't fold around this place. So after that, I'm going to cut out the pocket. So I have this fabric on fold, and the length is about 11 or 12 or 13 inches and 8 inches for the width. So you can see it is on fold. So here is on fold. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to mark 7 inches from this part. Now trying to iron it properly, I'm going to mark 7 inches, which is 6 inches for the opening, then ½ inch up and down for the sewing allowance. So that is 7 inches right here. Then I'm going to just try to curve the down part, this edge, a little bit so that it can relax on the dress. By the time you wear it, you will not be having any sharpy edge under your fabric, under your clothes. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for this side as well. So I'm going to just shape it out like this so it can relax, cut out those sharp edges. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for this side, and make sure that you know where the upper part is. You understand? So you're going to turn it to the other side, to the wrong side now, because you have turned the body as well to the wrong side. So you're going to open it this way, and you're going to pick one side. Open it like this, pick up one side, make sure that the part that is the upper part is what you are picking. So you're going to make use of it just like this. So pick one side like this, make sure that they are facing right side, facing the right side of the pocket. Pin it down this way, take it down all the way here and fix it, pin it down as well. So you're going to place this pocket ½ inch up from the stitch that you have on the bodies, and repeat the same thing here, ½ inch up, half inch up from the stitch that you have here, then ½ inch down from the stitch that you have here. And you're going to be stitching. Please kindly use your pin to pin it down right here. And what you're going to do now is that you're going to be stitching. I hope you can see. You're going to be, so just place it properly like so. Stitch on this side right here and stitch on this side. So you're going to be stitching right here. You're going to be stitching at the back of the stitch that you already have. Don't stitch at the front, stitch at the back of the stitch you already have there. I hope you understand. So you're going to be stitching from the top to the 7 inches. So after that, you're going to stitch on this part right here to close this opening area. From here, you're going to stitch down here, and this side as you're going to stitch it right here down here, and we are done with the pocket. So this is what I have after I am done, and you can see the pocket. You should have something like this by the time you get to this stage, and you can see the pocket is looking good and nice and relaxed. So here we have it. You can see the pocket. So after doing that, what I'm going to do now is to fold the hemline with half and half. So that is 1 inch, ½ inch first, then fold it in again with ½ of an inch to finish our hemline. And I'm going to do the same thing for this front part as well. ½ inch in and ½ inch again. So after doing that, that will be all for this Bubu kaftan. So I'm going to place a button here, about 6 buttons, and I'm going to show you what the outcome. So here is it, and you can see where I place the first button, then I have about 2.5 inches space between each of them. If you have learned something from this video, please do well to kindly subscribe, like and share. Comment on the video to ask me any questions. I'll be willing to answer you. I'll be willing to respond and reply. Please turn on your post notification, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.